first question, just a injury and a squad update, Micky, if possible.
Only probably Tom Davis is struggling with a bit of a sore back. So we'll see how that goes by tomorrow.
Nice one. For the games against Stevenage and Harrogate over the last week or so, even though it was understandable in the circumstances, how frustrating has it been with the two games called off, especially because Peter Clark was saying you prepared, you pretty much everything.
Yeah, it is. But listen, it's part and parcel, isn't it? You just got to make the best of the situation. And so we did. We just get in and did some training. Rested the lads mentally and physically, like you, as much as you can at this time of the season. So we just did that, and we'll be ready to go again now at the weekend. No excuses. We'll be good to go.
I know you try and avoid frustration as much as possible or getting annoyed at things, but was it particularly annoying not to be able to carry on the momentum from the Bradford game straight away?
No, not really. Like I say, you just make the most out of it. You be professional and you look for the opportunity to go and try and work on something else. And that's what it presented us with, and that's what we went and done. The poor weather went, and we were able to get on the grass and go and continually try and work on things, because at this time of the season it's difficult with midweek games to try and do that, but we had the opportunity to do that, so we took that opportunity.
And how important is that professionalism to be unfazed by situations such as this?
Well, that's part of being a footballer as well. You must get on with things and not let things affect you as best you can. So it's just something that we do all the time anyway. Listen, the game wasn't on, so we crack on.
You alluded to it then, Micky. How beneficial was it to have a week off to work on things, given that it's such a hectic time of the year, and it almost must feel like you don't have much time to train because you're playing all the time?
Yeah, and to give the players a physical and mental rest and all is important. So, like I say, we looked for the opportunity to do that, and we took that, got some good work on the grass, had some good meetings and stuff that you can do now because the players are fresh. We've had a 3-day lead up to this game now on Saturday, and we feel that we're best prepared now to go down and make a good fist of getting into the next round of the FA Cup.
When you talk about the mentality, can it be exhausting, the winter period, just because there are so many games?
Well, it is. The part that's exhausting is because you've got to keep that level of intensity and focus going all the time, game after game after game, which at the end of the day, they're only human beings. So you've got to keep them on it and make sure that they're aware that every game is really important, every moment's really important. So when you get the chance to take them away from that a little bit and let them rest and recover, it makes them fresh for the challenges that are coming ahead.
And how's the squad responded to the last week? Has it been a fair bit of patience and understanding combined with maybe a bit of eagerness to get back out there?
Well, it doesn't affect them really. They'll be ready now. That's what they do. They'll be ready now for the weekend. Like I say, we took the opportunity to do what we could do because the game wasn't on. We did that. We made sure that the players got some good work done. So hopefully they feel that now and feel the benefit of that. And we can get into the weekend and go and have a positive performance and get a good result.
And of course, the FA Cup up next, Micky. Your great memories for Rovers fans of all generations. How great would it be to create more memories by getting to the third round again?
Well, that's for responsibility to the Tranmere fans, is to try and get them in front of the TV when that draw's happening. Try and get a big club for the finances and for the players to be able to go out there and play against Premier League players, Championship players. Try and get as far as we can. So that's the prize. It's there. We know we've got another terrific game this weekend at Leyton Orient. A brilliant game. Really looking forward to it. So we'll get down to London tomorrow and get prepared for that. But we know the responsibility that we want to create memories and create good seasons for fans to think that it's worthwhile to come and watch us. So Saturday is another opportunity to try and do that.
I think I'm right in saying in 2001 you arrived back after the Everton and Southampton games, before the Liverpool quarter-final. How even back then, how much of a buzz was there around the club, around the FA Cup?
Well, it was huge, and obviously we got Liverpool as well. The stadium's full and it's Merseyside, and we had a big game against Liverpool. But it's huge. It gives so many opportunities for the football club to, one, to fill the stadium and make some money, and two, for the players to get out there and play against Premier League players on TV and all the rest of it. So the prize is massive. It's a great opportunity for you to have a something to remember in your career, and also for the fans to enjoy as well.
In some ways, does the Watford game seem like a bit of a lifetime ago? I couldn't quite believe it's less than 2 years, really. But where does that rank in your experiences with the club?
Well, it was a terrific moment for us. It was great that we were able to turn around a 3-0 deficit at half time, make it 3 each, and then to come back to Brenton Park and go through and then get Manchester United. That's what dreams are made of, isn't it? But that's the opportunities that the FA Cup presents, and that's why you've got to take it so seriously and try and make sure that you give yourself the best opportunity of making it your year again to try and achieve something like that.
Is that what makes it so unique, this competition?
Yeah, absolutely, and it's such a fantastic tournament to be involved in. It's what we all grew up watching as kids, so it gives you an opportunity to take part in that. What you've got to make sure that you do now is make a right good fist of making some history in it.
And you've already mentioned Micky, Leyton, Orient standing your way the third round. They've got one of the best home records in League Two as well. 2 of the league's top scorers in Harry Smith and Aaron Drinan. What do you need to guard against in particular?
Well, we know it's going to be a tough game. We know that. We obviously know each other really well because we're in the same division. Although we haven't played against each other, we've seen each other playing against other teams in the division. You know it's going to be a tight, tough game. I enjoy going to Leyton Orient. It's a nice football ground. Enjoy going down to London, and for an FA Cup tie, all I see is excitement in it. So we're looking forward to it. We'll get, as I say, get prepared. We believe we're getting close to that now. We'll fine tune things tomorrow, get down the road and good night's sleep and get cracking on Saturday. And
you haven't played them yet, but they are coming up later in the month in the league as well. So maybe a chance of a bit of early in-game scouting as well.
Yeah, we'll certainly get to know each other very well because we'll be face to face over the course of the next few weeks. So that should make it even more exciting. But we're looking forward to the game. We'll take every game as it comes, and Saturday's the next one. So we're excited about that. We've got good players that we know that can cause them problems as well. We have to make sure that they're best prepared and have everything that we believe that they need before they go on the pitch to see that they can give themselves a good opportunity of going and getting us a great result.
And just finally for me, Micky, last time I talked to you, we were discussing Charlie Jolly just before he made his loan move to Chester. They've extended that loan move as well. It's been a bit of a turbulent time for the club recently with the change of manager, but how good is it to see him getting minutes and performing well as well?
Yeah, well, I was disappointed to see that the managers had gone because I like the 2 guys that are down there. And people say, well, that's just football, but it's difficult when you see fellow managers that happen to. That's first and foremost because we sent them there because we sent them there to Charlie because we thought that 1, it's a good club, Chester, and 2, that the guys would help to move him on with his development. Well, he's gone there and he's done really well, and he was keen to keep playing football, which he needs to do. I'll be honest with you, we were kind of touch and go with it to let him go back out on loan again because he has done well and he's been doing well in training. But it's about his own personal development, and we think that him getting games over a busy Christmas period will be more beneficial to him than coming back here and maybe being in the squads or whatever and try to earn the right to get into that. But we've got good hopes for Charlie. We believe the best thing for him to do is go and have a busy period at Christmas, go and sample that and go and play at a good level and keep moving forward with his development. So that's the reason why he's gone back.
Fantastic, Micky. Thank you very much, mate.
All right, thank you. Cheers, Chris.
Micky, obviously, big game on Saturday with Leyton Orient, but it's quickly followed up by an away trip to Oldham on Tuesday, and then you've got a big game against Exeter the following Saturday. So looking at the bigger picture, are you tempted to maybe mix things up a little bit this weekend, or is it just important to have a rhythm at the moment with your first 11?
No, I think I've always said, Richard, that I bring players here because I think that they can play first team football. I believe, and this is just my opinion, which and we can argue about, it's my opinion, every game's very different, and every challenge that is in every game is different. So what I try and do is, from the squad that I have, is try and pick a team that I believe will get us a result in that game in a shape that I think will do that without being too reckless. I always try and do the right thing for Tranmere. So we will just go about doing that. We will look at it and think, well, that's what we believe the right team or the right team shape is to go down to Leyton Orient on Saturday to try and get us a result. And then we'll digest that, and then we'll move on to Tuesday's game, and we'll have a look at that and see what we may need to do there, because I trust my players. I think that they all can go in and perform the way that we need them to perform. Otherwise, why would I bring them here? So we'll look at that again on Tuesday, and that's the way that we'll approach the season. With, like I say, the important thing is without being reckless. But I just understand the amount of time that happen in the game, that every game is different, and it's better sometimes that certain players can go against what we believe we can threaten Leyton Orient with, or what we can nullify their threats with, and we will just try and do that for Saturday's game.
Just on that point of weighing up situations, these days in football, there's so much focus on analytics and how far you've ran and stuff like that. And do you put a lot of weight on that sort of statistical information, or will you judge if you've got like a quick turnaround with games? Will you just judge each player on it individually, how they seem, and also what the character is?
All of that, and no, we have analytics, we have GPS, and it's all there to help you to get towards making the right decision. Of course, you don't know until they go to the pitch, because when I see people talking about teams, sometimes I think that they fail to remember that they're human beings, and sometimes people just don't play well. But we would never put somebody out there who we believe was going to play poorly. That's just the way that some people look at football sometimes. We would put them out there thinking and hoping that they were going to play well. We monitor absolutely everything. We have a way of playing that we have designed now that the players know with the qualities that they have, that we would expect them to try and achieve good numbers in. We'd also expect them to look for some good solid running and all the rest of it, and all builds up to looking at what type of performance that we have given, because we can measure it now. So we would look at it like that, but also you trust your eyes, you trust your instinct as well, but you could back that up with use as much knowledge as you can, other people's opinions and all the rest of it. Just try and get to use as much information as you possibly have to try and learn from the last performance and know about why you're picking the team for the next game.
Obviously, you've had more training sessions than matches in the last week. How's that gone in terms of, there's a lot of competition for places here. Have you been satisfied with the intensity of what you've seen?
Yeah, always on. And I say to the players, like I say to everybody else, I can only pick 11. I can't keep you happy if you're not in the team. That's a myth. I don't believe that you should be happy if you're not playing, if you're not in my team. But they all understand that I can only pick 11 and I want them all to do well. But they're all here to play. So if I believe that I need them, then I expect them to be ready, and then I will put them in, and then they will go on and perform on the jobs that I believe that they might need to do. But they all know that, and they all know that I want them to do well. But they're very professional. As I say to them all the time, I don't expect you to be happy because you're not playing. If you're happy, you're not playing, then we have a bit of a problem. But as long as they're satisfied with my reasons, which I give them when I need to, and they stay professional and know that I will pluck them out of the group at any time to go and play, and I expect it to be ready with no excuses, then that's what makes the place so healthy, and we all understand that. And we all know that the most important thing is that Tranmere get a result. We've got to be selfless in that. So that's how we always do things here. So they all know that they've got a chance to play when I need them.
More importantly, what colour are Paul Glatzel's ankles this week?
He's getting a wee bit slicker, so he's getting less and less contact, so that's good. And long may that continue. Otherwise, I will encourage people to make contact with him, but it's certainly sharpening them up, and it's a brilliant way of him learning the harsh way that in busy areas you must have a plan before the ball comes in there, otherwise you're going to know about it. But I'm really pleased with Paul. I love his attitude, and I love the way that he's attacked, trying to make an impact at Tranmere, and we'll keep pushing him, and I'm excited about his development. He's moving along well.
just one final one from me. We saw last weekend the return of someone very well known to Prenton Park, Connor Jennings, back on the pitch for Stockport. And of course, he scored a goal. From a personal perspective, you must be just absolutely delighted to see him back in the game so quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been in contact with him, and obviously the likes of Scott Davis and that sort of the foot bombarding corner will pass around how things are and how things are going. I think the greatest tribute that I could pay to him, and many Tranmere fans will understand this, is I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that he is back and playing, because we've seen this before. We know what type of character he is. He's got such a tough mentality where he won't woe is me. He'll just keep going and just wants to play football. So that would be the great. Although I was delighted to see him back playing, the best compliment I could pay him to say was I wasn't surprised, because as I say, and many of the Tranmere players will know, and many of the Tranmere fans will know, that's just the type of character that he is.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, Micky.
Thanks, Richard. Has Ant fell asleep? Was he coming involved, or is he a sleeper? He's in a lecture. Is he? Show me the lecture.
Yes, I am. Okay.
Hi, sir.
Micky Mellon says hi.
Are you okay? Sorry to interrupt your lesson, sir.
It's all right.
Sorry
about that. Sorry.
Problem. Love to you all. Take care.
Take care. See you Saturday, Micky.
Later. Bye-bye.
Micky's got a better press